is not easy for me to come on here and tell you guys that I failed. You guys know that I had a clothing brand, Kage's Club, rebranded to Next Arc, will be shut down in 3 days. And I don't know if I want to keep this video up on the main channel because I don't know how many people really care about running a clothing brand or business. I've made about $700,000 from this. Now, granted, the $700,000, this was made over the course of like 3.5 years. The actual profit margins from all of this was probably about 40 to 50%, meaning out of the $700,000, it probably costed 50% was to make the clothes, ship it over here, and then ship it out to you guys. That alone left the brand with about $300,000 left to operate, to pay salary, to pay the partners in this, to pay a whole bunch of things to just keep this running. And that's spread across 3 years. Personally, I've only profited about 5% from this business. I didn't know exactly what I was walking myself into. If you guys thought that, oh, you're gonna make so much money off of a clothing brand. Well, guess again, maybe not. To run this whole thing successfully, you actually need so much attention. And the fact that I'm also running a whole YouTube channel, a podcast, short form content on all these platforms, I was burning out very quickly. And right now is the end. I've completely burnt out from doing this. It's crazy to think that at one point in time, it was summer 2021, we made almost $250,000 within a week. There was so much hope and hype for this brand. And I thought I was bringing something really unique to the world of streetwear, right? Something really different in fashion. Making anime look dope. Making anime really rockable. You guys will soon realize that passion without profit can only be sustained for so long before you will start to burn out. 3 years later, with very little left in the bank, I'm coming on here to tell you guys that I have failed. And that's the reality of running a business sometimes. For every entrepreneur and dropshipping guru on YouTube that's making, oh, look at me, I made 100K this month. There's like hundreds of failed businesses out there. And hello, I'm one of them. And sometimes I look back, I'm like, gosh, could things have gone a little differently if I had given this the proper attention? But then it's like the more attention I gave this, the more attention I was losing on the YouTube channel. Like just this last month, I was doing all this work to prepare for a drop and for a launch, and I didn't upload for an entire month. Honestly, it flopped. It didn't do that well, which is crazy. I thought the designs were dope. I genuinely thought the designs were dope. Maybe the marketing sucks. You guys have 72 hours to buy whatever you want from the collection, and after that, it will be gone forever. There might be some people in the comments like, oh, don't give up, Jimmy. You just stick it through during the rough. There's a point where you give up. I think 3.5 years later, when there's barely any money in the bank, you've lost your passion for it. This is now eating away at your main thing, which is my YouTube channel. Yeah, I think it's time to give up. Giving up isn't nearly as talked about as motivation and, you know, pursuing your goals and dreams, because who wants to talk about giving up? Who wants to talk about failing? People fail in private. That's not something you kind of boast about. It's not something you kind of like. If anything, I think failing and showing people how you failed is almost more important than motivational videos, because it's showing them the blueprint of all your mistakes and where you went wrong. And here today, I'm about to break down where I went wrong despite making $700,000 from this. This is the timeline of shit that happened from when I first started back in November 2020 to today, June 2024. 3.5 years right in front of y'all, and I'm gonna lay out exactly what happened and all the mistakes that I made that got to where I am today, which is closing up shop. Now, the first collection was in November 2020 when I dropped the Akaski collection. Remember the little Polaroids? And here's what I realized. We made 50K off of just hoodies and t-shirts. Oh my God. The demand is there, but the product is limited. So in preparation for the next collection, June 2021, we prepared. Me and the team, we prepared a giant collection. That's when y'all saw the Ninetales button down. That's when y'all saw the AOT Attack Titan. We went crazy that collection. I think we threw up like 12, 13 different SKUs, and boom, we went crazy. Almost $250,000 for one drop. Now revenue, of course, 50% of that went into shipping and ordering the actual inventory and the actual clothes. Between this and this, we had around like 150K in the bank. With the rest of the money, we hired a full-on team to do customer service, to do project managing. At the same time, we're hiring designers. We're spending money on new designs and samples. Designs cost money, samples cost money. And each sample, honestly, it was pretty costly. It was about like $100 or $150 per like hoodie. The costs were obviously going up, and we were preparing for the next drop. However, the next drop did not come until December 2021. In between, there's about 5 months where we were burning salary costs. We did outsource our team. However, it was still expensive for money to just getting blown. We prepared for a December 2021 drop. We did about 90K. It's almost 100K, I think. In between these months that we're not dropping clothes, the hype and the momentum was slowly starting to die down. And you could kind of tell from the brand Instagram, the engagement was kind of going down, and we weren't like dropping content in between these months. We weren't, doing reels and shorts. We also weren't dropping new designs for like half a year. So people are like, where are the new clothes, guys? So the hype and the momentum died down a little bit. However, we dropped some cool shit. We did an AOT varsity jacket. Oh my God, it was revolutionary. We only launched it for a week, but I feel like the AOT varsity was one of those things that we should have just ran permanently, because it was dope. However, we also noticed another problem. The promos were only associated with my channel. We weren't doing marketing outside of just my channel and my platform. There wasn't much influencer marketing. All the while I'm preparing for these drops, I think I probably saw like 10 or 15K come into my bank from the brand. In my head, I'm like, I make that off of one brand deal. So already my thought process building this brand was fucked up. That's not the mentality that you should have when you're scaling a brand. During that winter, we actually had a lot of money in the bank to now buy inventory. These 2 drops, we did pre-orders. Basically, with pre-orders, people get their shit really late. They make the pre-order, we then send the order to the factory in China, they ship it to us, and then we ship it out. All that takes about 1.5 to 2 months. We were like, we don't want to do this to our customers. So we were preparing for the next drop. We ordered inventory, and we also ordered so much that we were planning to go into conventions. I was gonna be posted up at an anime convention selling my brand. However, this was probably the biggest mistake I made. Ordering so much inventory of designs that were just whack. Oh, y'all didn't think that would happen, huh? Y'all thought I would just keep pumping out fire shit. No. Sometimes, you just end up making some whack shit. And then, double whammy, you order a whole bunch of inventory of that whack design, and now you have to sell it. That costs the brand about like $80,000. Well, there you go. There's half the money. I really sat there and was like, wasn't that a goofy little mistake? That was, you know what I mean? Yeah. We did the launch. We sold like a fraction of it, and now we have all this inventory sitting at the warehouse. That was just like, how do we sell this? So we did a convention. I realized, oh wow, a 3-day convention is a marathon. And I'm over here like selling people, taking pictures. I'm not shooting a video. I'm just doing a garage sale. And it feels like hard labor. And shout out to all the people that's at these conventions selling the product. I give it to y'all, but I ain't gonna lie, I make videos. And then we started doing discounts. And that's when, that's when Titanic started sinking. We started doing like 20%, 30%, 40%. Now people see the brand, view the brand as, oh, this is the brand that just be giving out sales. It brought down our brand value by so much when we were just like tossing out discounts like that. So I was like, man, while that was happening, I was like, nah, we gotta prepare for another drop. But here's the issue, brother. Between summer and spring 2022 and the next collection, which ended up to be November 2022, that was another 6 months of not dropping new stuff. Guys, if you want to scale a clothing brand and have it be sustainable, the recommendation is that you guys drop as often as you can. Typically, once every quarter, you really got the wheel spinning. Once every month, a collection gotta drop. Just like how I'm dropping a video every week or a video the same consistency needs to be met with a clothing brand to make profits. Oh my God. Who would have known if you drop more, you make more money? Huh. But here's the thing. The type of clothes we were making, it was creatively exhausting. Every collection, we had to take a look at the animes and like, how can we make it look cool and like creative and like put our own spin to it where it's not infringing into copyright and it's real original. And we had to do that for like 10 pieces, 12 pieces. Oh my God, it was creatively exhausting. For every 12 designs that made it to the drop, there must have been 30 designs that like went out the window. So then that's when I got burnt out, and that was November 2022. I hired the new designers. I was talking to the factory. I did 90% of the work for this collection. We did decent numbers. We did over 100K. Every time we made profits, it just seemed like we only saw a fraction of it. Warehouse costs, inventory, sampling, tech packs. And all the while, the past 2 years, we were paying a full-time salary for the team. The money left the bank almost as quickly as it came in. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. So then that's when I decided to shut down the brand. I went to Japan. I traveled a little bit. I like detoxed. It was very, very therapeutic, all the traveling. And when I came back, I was like, do I really want all this to just go to waste? What I built the past 2 years, do I just want it all to go to waste? This one last try. Let me give this one last go. So I rebranded the whole thing to Next Arc. Let me start from the ground up. And that's when Next Arc was born a year later. I should have listened to when I was burnt out back in 2022. I lit a little bit more optimism under my ass cheeks. And I said, let's go again. But that's when I realized that was the last fuel I had left. And this last fuel, I used it into this final collection, which I honestly thought it was a dope collection, but it's, I don't know, it's not doing so well, but it's fine, because, you know, I'm not doing this no more. I'm giving up, right? If you guys want to support me, go check out this final collection before it ends. And before I close down this brand, I just want to thank each and every single one of you that's bought something over the past 4 years.